Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a final checkout video of a really cool Kellogg wooden wall telephone. Patricia sent this in from New Jersey. And this telephone had been in a house fire, and I believe it went to a company where they cleaned it up. And Patricia had this on the wall. Believe it or not, she didn't. She was just using it for like a showpiece, and it wasn't in a working condition or had been converted for home use, basically, since it's been taken apart from whenever the original use of this telephone, wherever it was used. And so basically we talked about it and said, well, since it's got its original bells and everything, why don't we try to see what we can do to get this telephone in a working condition. And she said, well, I probably wouldn't leave it connected. I'd let the grandchildren play with it a little bit and let them talk on it and see what it's like to talk on an antique telephone. And she wanted to be able to connect this telephone up and disconnect it as she felt like it, and while still having it on the wall as kind of a showpiece. So basically what happened in this telephone is what was really cool about this telephone is it's pretty much all original, and the handset cloth cord here is a new one, and it's in the whole cord is cloth. It's not an aftermarket type cloth. It's an aftermarket cloth, but the whole cord is cloth. Any of the wires inside are cloth, and so is the outside, and it's a nice thick one. The original that she had on there in the house fire got burnt up, so we replaced that. What I wanted to do with this is this original receiver is all original. The workings of the inside of the receiver capsule is all original. So this is an original, totally original handset or receiver capsule. The bad news is the transmitter was not inside the encasement here. And so basically what we did was, and I'm going to show you the inside of the phone, I still have this loose, is we made a plate and installed a microphone. Since the transmitter was missing, I wanted this to have a nice clean sound. So basically what I did was install a network on the inside of the telephone, and we have a microphone in here now. And basically what I can do is I'm going to set the video down, and I'm going to unscrew the spit cup, and that's your spit cup there. And I'll show you the microphone, and you can see the microphone inside now, and it's offset a little bit, because if you notice, what happens is in the center of the spit cup there's no holes in the very center, so I wanted it to be offset a little bit so that we could get the best sound through the spit cup. And they always sound a little like you're in a funnel a little bit, and I didn't really want it to sound like that. So basically we've got some decent transmit now, and I'm going to kind of lock this back into place. And so now all that's been taken care of. The whole transmitter, when I got the phone, the whole transmitter bracket and encasement was off of the telephone, and I think the fire actually added some patina to the bell, which was cool. I don't know if you notice anything different on the outside of this telephone, because what we had to do is, I like installing modular ports to these, and I'm going to show you real quick. If you look at your black piece of material here for where your ground would end up going, you see that? That's the original. And what we did was we used a piece of material, and I'm going to try to swing this around. If you notice, I installed a modular port right here. There's a modular port there, so it's hidden. You wouldn't even know it if you didn't look there. You probably wouldn't even see it. So we kind of were able to hide the modular port there, so it doesn't take away any of the originality of the telephone, basically, and we will send the original part back along with the telephone. And this telephone, you could go out and find an original transmitter to it and put everything. It's not so far away from being totally original that you couldn't do that, so that's an option. But this is what it looks like at this point, and it hasn't taken any of the original look from it, having a modular port. And now you can simply walk up to the telephone. I want to hang up the receiver. You can simply, I don't have a clip on my modular line cord because I'm working on phones all day, but you heard that line seize when I plugged it in. We're going to go ahead and ring the bells. I'll let that go a couple times. And that dial tone you hear is coming from the original receiver capsule. I'm going to go ahead and hang it up. I have this telephone kind of positioned in the upright position, and I've got some things that are kind of trying to stabilize it on the bottom. So I'm going to try to swing this telephone around a little bit. And I want to give you a look at the original bell. Now we had to work on that bell circuit. So that it would ring. I'll go ahead and let it ring at once. And I'll go ahead and answer it. Over here, basically what they did on the hook switch coming in is they had the spring going the opposite way. It was on backwards. I don't know if maybe they didn't know how to put it back together again, but the spring on the hook switch was actually turned the other way. It was installed but turned the wrong way. Over here is what you're going to see is a network. That's for my microphone, my newer microphone element. And then what we also had to do is we also had to run new wire into the transmitter or into the microphone, and we kind of had to just go through everything, tighten everything, clean everything. We did disable the crank to the bells at this point. That could always be gone back to original, but we wanted to disable the crank so it doesn't interfere with any of our telephone workings now, because of the fact that this telephone is converted for home use now, and it's, you know, everything's going to be you can use it as an extension phone, and we didn't want the crank getting involved in the circuit, so we took that out. And basically, other than rewiring most of it and wiring up all of the hook switch and everything, and installing a new handset cloth cord and or receiver cloth cord, and repairing all the connections and making new connections and getting everything straightened out. This telephone is pretty much all original except for the transmitter, and it's in very good shape. It's a really cool telephone. Now none of these connections are hot any longer on top here because of the safety. If her grandchildren are going to play with this telephone once in a while, we don't want any of these connections. This is how you would make your connections to the hard wire to get a telephone line in the old days. And now what we've done is we've gone through here, and there was already holes behind this piece here, and so we were able to just sneak out those holes and then connect into a lot of the wiring that runs on the outside of this telephone. So we were able to connect everything up and get it going the way we needed it to. So basically we're going to do a couple of checks here. I'm going to go ahead and close the telephone, and I want to go ahead and get some dial tone, and then I want to click the receiver, but I want to talk into the transmitter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Incoming message test. Hello, hello. So basically what it comes down to is every time you see that red light on the analyzer, that's 100% modulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know everything on this telephone is working now, and what I think we're going to do here real quick is I'm going to try to bring a telephone over and make a phone call. We're going to go ahead and make a phone call and dial, say, like a time and temp number. And I have a Mickey phone here. We'll just use him real quick to make the phone call. I'll get some cords going to him real quick. This is a really beautiful telephone, and anyone, I'm sure, would love to have this telephone. We'll get Mickey plugged in here in a second. And once we get this done, what we'll do basically is we'll call a time and temp number with this telephone. We want to plug okay. Okay, so now that we know everything is working on this telephone, kind of sounds like Christmas when you and I like to build the circuit so that when these telephones, a lot of customers want that little tinkle when you lift up the handset and set it down, or when you dial. And in this case, this telephone does not have a dial, but I've got it set up to where kind of sounds like Christmas. But anyway, now we know that this telephone is fully functional, and you can simply just, I know I don't have a clip on this cord, but you can simply just plug in right there at that point, and you would never really know it if no one showed that to you. You probably wouldn't see it. It doesn't take away any of the originality of the telephone. So basically this telephone is fully functional now, and whether Patricia wants to use this once in a while when her grandchildren are there so that they can have some fun with it, or if she decides to use it a little bit, it's a fully functional telephone now. It can be used as an extension phone and it will ring, and it's a really cool telephone, a nice old Kellogg wooden wall telephone. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.